The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 195 of Time to BS with Staniel Smooth. I am your host, the great and powerful Staniel Smooth. Soundboard included, if you could see this glorious, disgusting face of just bleh. And there's a reason why I'm like that. Then that means YouTube is working, which is good. And yes, this is a $20 microphone, hooked up to the Rodecaster Pro. And this thing is amazing. Highly suggest you spend the extra money and get one of these things. The Rodecaster, not the microphone. The microphone you could use, actually, it's like a $20 or $30 microphone. The Neewer NW700. Free promo. But anyway, we're coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. As I said before, it's episode 195 of Time to BS with Staniel Smooth. That direction. There. That face over there is me. Fantastic. This last week and a half just stunk. So much. For starters, my back tightened up really bad, and then let me just paint the picture for you all. I deal with a little back condition. I don't know what it is, whether it's scoliosis, I don't know. But every now and then my back tightens up to where it hurts to move every now and then. I can still walk, but it hurts. So, this past week, it tightened up really bad. And then, I'm on vacation this week. So, I think to myself, oh, nothing can possibly go wrong. I then succumb to food poisoning. We don't like those things. We do not. So, it's kind of ironic how on the week of Thanksgiving, I succumbed to food poisoning. How exactly I got it? I don't know. But whatever it is, I'm not eating from there again. Watch it be from 7-Eleven, that'd be hilarious. As I do have this nasty habit of going to 7-Eleven for a snack from time to time. Kind of gross. But it's there. Not a great habit to get into. But it's whatever. Yes, this is a Jurassic Park mug. Go fight me. Anyway, it's... Yeah, my back just, it doesn't like me. But if you can see me, and if you can see me moving and flailing my arms and stuff, that means YouTube is working. Which is great, because we like these things. And that means that I have gotten this stupid thing to work. So I changed around the board on YouTube to where the logo is that direction. Belly Up is that direction. The podcast platforms are in those two directions. Bottom of the screen. You can't tell if you're listening, but if you're seeing this, then you get it. So hopefully, streaming will be coming back. To what degree exactly? I don't know. But that's the beauty of these things. I don't know, and I don't care. I'm trying not to do this as a job. This is more of a hobby than anything else. Which is good, because we like these things. And I'm going to separate the recordings to one small little individual recordings at a time. Much, much easier to edit. And then the long-ass recording that eventually is going to get posted to YouTube is going to take forever to upload. Or just edit as a whole. It wouldn't even be that long to edit. It would just It just take forever to process because it's video format as opposed to audio format. But I thank you once again for joining me on this spectacular shit show of a journey. Once again, this is Time to BS with your boy, Staniel Smooth. We'll take a quick break. Speaking of stomach aches and just viruses going around, right before as I started to record this next segment, the cat, Donut, the mascot of the show, decided to just blat all over the floor. She's good now, but keyword is for now. But yeah, so that's what's going around for last week. So, ladies and gentlemen, South Park has entered the chat once again, and in full freaking force, because they can. They absolutely can. They are the only show that is willing to do this sort of stuff. Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they don't care, and that's great. You need that in comedy. You need this less outrage culture, just comedy. And this is the whole point of this segment here. It's just talk about comedy. And that's what this is. This is comedy. So the creators of South Park decided to attack Disney and Kathleen Kennedy in full freaking force about their woke outrage culture nonsense. And I want to be very clear. I am not against it. I am not for it. I don't really care. I just think it's gotten ridiculous to the point of we're in such a divide over just everything. And it's a shame. So they started with like enter the panderverse is what it's called, like pandering to everyone or whatever. And how Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, has basically just ruined everything Disney, Marvel, Star Wars with woke culture bullshit. And it's a shame because I'm just looking up for Donut. And if you can see in the camera, she just went around. I'm going to go check out some stuff. So I'm looking out for Donut. What are you doing? Being a little weirdo there? So that's nothing new. Her being a complete and total weirdo. Alright, there we go. Alright, so anyway. So yeah, South Park has entered the chat. And they're crushing everything woke, and that's fantastic to see. Because it's ridiculous. And people want to make this into an argument, saying like, oh, the new Snow White stinks, or the new Peter Pan and Wendy stinks. Oh, because you're racist. Like, no, not at all. They actually just stink. They're terrible movies. Oh, you didn't like The Little Mermaid or the new Star Wars movies? Like, no. I liked Force Awakens, and that was it. Because I thought that was like, all right, we're getting somewhere. And the inner Star Wars fan in me, the diehard Star Wars fan, is you can clearly see in that picture right there, and in that one, because you can't see right now, but if I tilt the camera like this, that picture up there behind me, for those who can see, is the entire crawl of Episode 4, New Hope, which is the first movie back in 1977. Anyway. So that's how big of a fan I am. Plus, potential Star Wars tattoos incoming. Anyway. The Force Awakens, when it came out in 2017, was like, alright, this could get somewhere. This could really get somewhere and stuff. Or when did it come out? I don't know. 2016? But it was like, alright, we could get somewhere here. And that's good. But then Disney, who owns Lucasfilm, start to become more woke. And you start to see the cracks start to form. And continue with Marvel. It continued with a lot of shit. And it became a problem to where you almost expect this from Disney now. You expect this bullshit to come out from Disney, where it's like, oh, we need to make it a girl, make her lame, which is terrible writing. If you want to make your woman empowering, why are you making her lame? Like, Rose Tico from Star Wars Last Jedi was a terrible character. Not because she's Asian, because she's a terrible character. It's like she was useless from the get-go. Why is she there? I don't know. No one knows. No one cares. They just want a good Star Wars movie. And The Last Jedi was okay. It was okay. It was probably the worst out of all 9 of the movies. 11 movies that came out. But, yeah, I know that was bad math on my part. But, it just wasn't a great movie. Like, okay, here's where I'm going with this. Ben Shapiro's company, The Daily Wire, is remaking remaking Snow White, a live-action Snow White, and Snow White actually looks like Snow White. This is what I'm talking about. Like, actually make it fit with the movie, you know? Like, there was a live-action Peter Pan remake years ago. You might remember this. It was like, it wasn't Hook. It was literally just called Peter Pan. Or something like, from 2003, I want to say. And it looked like what Peter Pan could have looked like. You know, the Lost Boys and everything. Like, actually make it, like, match to the movie. To its original creation. Not just remake it in your own image, like what every supervillain wants to do. You're suckering up to the outrage culture, and that's as far as I'm going to go with this. You ever think about, like, Star Wars? I got my girlfriend into Star Wars very recently, and we just finished Return of the Jedi. The order we went with, I don't have Rogue One. I would have started with Rogue One, just to, like, get the understanding of how this goes. So the exact order is supposed to be Rogue One, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, the entire prequel trilogy, Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and then Return of the Jedi, closing out the series. That's how it should have been done. And Rogue One was probably the best Disney Star Wars film they made. And that says a lot, because I love Force Awakens. I might watch it later. I don't know. I have a tower of movies, just like, it's like 5 feet tall. It's crazy. It's awesome. But that's my overall just view on these things. And yeah, stop being woke, people. We don't like this shit. We don't like this shit. It hurts our brains. Just hurts everything with our brains. We don't like it. Anyway, so this is Time to BS with Staniel Smooth. We're taking a quick break. I feel so bad for Zach Wilson, but then again, I don't. I really don't. But we'll get to Zach Wilson later. Matt Canada. Hold on. Time out. It's the return of the Smooth Report. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Canada, the Steelers offensive coordinator, has been fired. And that's fantastic. We love to see these things. We love these things. And I'm not even a Steeler fan. I'm a Seahawk fan. God bless me. Anyway. This is the first time since, like, 1941, I want to say, or 2004, since a mid-season coaching change is made. That's a shame. But that clearly shows where the Steelers want to go with Kenny Pickett, even though he looks just terrible right now. Maybe it's sophomore slumps. You never know. You never know with these things. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing my marbles, but right now, the Steelers, offensively, they're terrible. And this was this was celebrated amongst Steeler fans, and God bless you guys. When does Brandon Staley get fired next as the Chargers head coach? Because that man is terrible. That man just stinks. Just royally stinks. Okay. Tom Telesco needs to be fired too as the GM of the Chargers. Because, well, let's start with the coach. Khalil Mack, Derwin James, Joey Bosa, Eric Kendricks, Kenneth Murray, Asante Samuel Jr. They just traded back early in the season their top free agent signing in, what was his face? I can't remember. J.C. Jackson, thank you, brain. They also got, Mike Davis, who's a pretty good corner as well on the outside. And they have a good look at defense. And what happened? They have a defense that could easily be top 15, top 10. And they're one of the worst in the NFL. What happened? What happened, man? What happened? But this segment here is on Zach Wilson and the Jets. First of all, I want to just destroy Joe Douglas, because Jet fans will say how Joe Douglas is this savior of the city when he's not. He has done nothing but he's had a few good free agent moves, a few good draft picks, and then that's it. He whiffed on Zach Wilson horribly. Horribly. Just horribly on Zach Wilson. And it's his own fault. Because he hired coaches that he and Robert Saleh, there's another one I want to get to. Robert Saleh, he just constantly sucks over to Zach Wilson. He stinks. He stinks. He's done nothing but just be terrible. Well, he's had a few good games, but he's been terrible since he got drafted. He's shown no improvement. He's shown only regression. He can't complete a pass more than 5 yards downfield. Ever since the Chiefs game earlier in the year, he's just been bleh. I don't know what to make of it. The defense is great. That's fantastic. But what happened? Now, part of this could be just overhyping the kid to be what he's clearly not. He's not some generational talent. He's not. People looked at his tape from BYU. By the way, name me one other quarterback other than Steve Young that has succeeded over BYU's history in the NFL. Name me one. And don't say Jim McMahon. That doesn't count. He's a perennial backup quarterback. Even though I want to have him on the show to talk some shit. Anyway. Yeah, that's on me. But Zach just stinks. Zach Wilson stinks. Zach Wilson to Jet fans is like Papa John's pizza to New Yorkers. He's terrible. And don't say Papa John's is good pizza. It stinks. It's disgusting. It's absolutely just gross. And I love a good slice of pizza. I genuinely do. The inner fat guy in me just loves that shit. But the entire Jets coaching staff and just the management as a whole, they're terrible. They're gonna go nowhere. And Jet fans will say how this team is one of the best in the NFL. They're not. They're really not. And now it's hit me. What? I want to get pizza. It's 8:30 in the morning, but I want to get pizza. Jesus, I'm fat. What makes a good pizza? Now that I have this on my mind, what makes a really good pizza? People think that pineapple on pizza is really good. I don't know. Maybe it does. I'm not sure. But like, why is that an argument? Why is that such a terrible argument? Someone said pickles on pizza. Maybe it's a Chicago thing. I'm not sure. I'm not the one to judge, but like Domino's is good. Domino's is really good. I love a good slice of Domino's. I really do. But that I'll get to that later. But Zach Wilson is basically Papa John's pizza. It stinks. It's terrible. He sucks. And that could also be on him for not learning. That could also be on the coaching staff for not fucking developing the kid. Like, you drafted the guy second overall. He's gonna have the hype around him. And I feel bad because he looks to be a pretty good quarterback. He has the talent to be pretty good. Anyway, so this is Time to BS with Staniel Smooth. We'll be right back. I thought about this earlier, and I wonder with like just old school food joints as a whole. The inner fat guy in me is talking, and that's good. We like these things. We like when good food enters the room here. We like these things. We love these things indeed. I'm going to use that button a lot. I'm going to use those 3 buttons a lot. That's good. But, I really did, want to think, just, what is the best of the core four of chain pizza? Because there's Domino's, Papa John's, Little Caesars, and Pizza Hut. Little Caesars and Papa John's need to get sent straight to the moon, or just thrown into the sun. They're just too greasy. It's too gross. It tastes like cardboard to me. Pizza Hut back in the day was great, and Domino's is superior in my eyes. But Pizza Hut back in the day, it was like you would go to Pizza Hut and you get the old red cup, the plastic red cup, and just fill it up with like soda or whatever, and you get your pizza, you get your pan pizza or whatever, and then you go to town. And it was nice back in the day. It was really nice. There are a few Pizza Huts that are here on Long Island that I know of. They're still pretty good. But back in the day when, the old school feeling, we have a diner back in my hometown. It was built back in the 30s, I want to say. 30s or 40s. And it's a retro themed diner. And it's nice. It's a really nice looking diner. The kitchen's right there, and you get to see everything that's cooking. You get to hear them cooking it. It's so good. And it comes out quick. It's so good. You get like a stack of pancakes, a couple eggs, some bacon. That's the other thing. A good diner is always good for like a late night snack. If you want to get a late night meal, just like, you talk to your wife or husband or whatever, or brother or sister, and you're like, hey, you want to go to the diner? Fuck yeah, let's go. It's like 24-hour diners. I haven't seen them around lately. But you get a good diner with also, rule of thumb, don't get a steak from a diner, ever. Get a burger, some pancakes, a sandwich. Good deal. We like these things. Which is good. We like that. But overall, I really like nostalgic feelings of just good food. Might be a quick little segment here. You never know. But New York diners as a whole are good for a nice little late night meal. We'll take a quick little break here, but this is a quick little comfort segment here. So, Billie Eilish is in the news. Wait. Billie Eilish is in the news. Multi-Grammy winning artist is in the news for all the wrong reasons. She recently, some time ago, let's just call it that, for saying men don't get fat comments from women because women are too nice. No. 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 Just flat out no. Men get fat comments all the time. Okay, perfect example. You ever see a fat guy take his shirt off in the room? What does he get told? Put your fucking shirt on. A larger woman enters the room, she gets called empowered. See the difference here? There's a double standard involved. I'm not saying, like, listen, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. We like this shit. I mean, look at Los Angeles.
Smoke weed every day.
You get all kinds of women there. I'm sorry, I love that sound.
Smoke weed every day.
I love that sound. Makes me happy. Brings me such joy to my heart. Anyway. Billie Eilish is wrong with this aspect because men get told, go to the fucking gym, you fat ass, and we go to the gym because we want to look like Channing Tatum or Jason Momoa or whatever the fuck. Dude takes his shirt off, the fucking sun reflects off his abs. Like, I look at Jason Momoa and he makes me want to go to the fucking gym. That shit just pisses me off. Royally, in fact. It royally pisses me off. But, it's all this shit just with, like, body positivity. It's, yeah, I get it. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. If you like large dudes, good for you. If you like large women, good for you. If you like medium-sized people, good for you. I don't kink shame around here. I don't. I sure as shit don't kink shame. And that's good. We don't like to kink shame here. We don't kink shame here. We don't kink shame here, Donut. We don't kink shame here. We just don't. It's a shame. Shame. Such massive shame around here if we kink shame. But overall, it's nice knowing that there are some people that are willing to call out bullshit at Billie Eilish. Just for the sake of the fact that she's such bullshit. First of all, you get a woman like Lizzo. Fucking Lizzo. People call her empowering. Meanwhile, she's probably physically dying on stage. Gets an inhaler or some shit. It's a joke, people. It's a joke. It's a joke. Don't cancel me. It's a joke. Okay? It's a joke. We like jokes. All right? Don't send the cancel culture out for me. All right? So, closing thoughts. I think overall we just need to learn to just get along. But I know it's never going to happen. You're never going to fully just end hate. You're never going to end racism. You're never going to end a lot of shit. Because then it's always going to stay. But we need to learn to just get along. You know? Like the hippies intended for us to do. Just get along, man. Just do that. But we can't do that, apparently. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is the great and powerful Staniel Smooth. I'm coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. I want to thank you for continuing to join me on this journey towards whatever bullshit this is going. But thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you all in this life or the next one. Have a good one, guys.